Not sure which team to use first in FIFA 23 Career Mode? In this video I will give you 13 recommended Career Mode teams you should use in FIFA 23. First up we have Bordeaux, and in a slightly different scenario Bordeaux wouldn't have even been in FIFA 23. They would have been in the third French division, but they sold enough players this summer and so they stayed in the French second division after their relegation from Ligue 1 last season. Bordeaux are one of the biggest French football clubs in history but are really struggling financially, and your job in Career Mode will be to take Bordeaux back to the top of French and European football. A rule you could follow is to not make a loss on transfers for the first 3 seasons, which means you can't spend more money on new players than you get from selling older players. Your key player at the start will be Albert Ellis, who is a very pacey striker who returned from loan and stayed at Bordeaux. He will definitely be a very good player to use in the first few seasons and help you get back to Ligue 1. Nottingham Forest signed 23 players in the summer transfer window this year, which has probably broken every record. The club is a historic team who has won the Champions League twice in their club history, but were sadly stuck in the Championship for a very long time. They managed to get promoted to the Premier League last season, and with the huge amount of money they spent in the summer, Nottingham Forest make up for a great team to use in FIFA 23 Career Mode. The main goal is of course to make the current squad gel together and not get relegated in the first season. Then you can build on another season in the Prem and upgrade your squad with each season. Eventually you will have to win the Premier League and also the Champions League of course, and have Nottingham Forest back at the top of European football. A special and unique team that has been added to FIFA 23 Career Mode is AFC Richmond. This football club comes from TV series Ted Lasso and is an English team playing in the Premier League. EA created this club to be in FIFA so we can play with them in Kickoff and Career Mode. Don't worry though, if you don't want to play with this club in your save, the players and club won't appear in your Career Mode. But if you do choose to use them, then you will have some very fun players to use with Jamie Tart, Danny Royes, Sam Obisanya and Roy Kent, who are all big characters in the TV series. Your goal will be to win the Premier League with AFC Richmond, and maybe you can even take over European football by winning the Champions League. Valencia have one of the youngest squads in Europe this year and they are great to use in Career Mode too. With talents like Yunus Musa, experienced players like Edinson Cavani and club legends like Jose Gaya, you have a very fun squad to use from the start. Produce a few more big talents like Valencia did a few years ago with David Villa and David Silva, and I'm sure you will turn Valencia into La Liga champions again. A new team in FIFA 23 is FC Andorra, which is of course an Andorran football club, but they play in the Spanish second division. They were bought by Barcelona defender Gerard Piqué a few years ago and he is also the owner of this club. You could try to buy him later down the line, or you can add him to your squad before starting the Career Mode, make him club captain and eventually see him retire at the club he is the owner from. Another option is to start a player career with Gerard Piqué at Barcelona and immediately retire after starting the save. You can then choose FC Andorra as the team you will be the manager of, and then you will be Gerard Piqué as a manager and also managing FC Andorra at the same time. Do note that this might take a couple of tries before you actually see FC Andorra pop up as a team option to manage. If you don't know already, PSV is my favorite football team in real life. But despite that, there are actually quite a few good reasons to use them in FIFA 23. First off, PSV finally got a real stadium in the game, which helps a lot in terms of immersion. They of course also have a lot of talent, and especially this year with Xavi Simons, newly added Brazilian winger Savio, Cody Gakpo, Noni Madueke, Ibrahim Sangare and Jordan These. You will of course have to keep producing a lot of new talents through the youth academy, as PSV are known for that, and try to produce more legendary players they had at the club previously, like Ronaldo Nazario, Arjen Robben and Ruud van Nistelrooy, who is currently PSV's manager in real life. Borussia Dortmund is always a good team to use in Career Mode. They have the real stadium in game, have good kits and also have a bunch of talents each year. This year your starter squad will consist of talented players like Jude Bellingham, Tonja Male, Youssoufa Moukoko and Karim Adeyemi. If you want to keep it a bit more realistic, keep buying players when they are still in development and sell them when there is a good offer coming in from another big European team. Another rule to follow is to of course keep Marco Reus till the end of his career, as he has of course been very loyal to the club for a very long time. And of course the main job will be to dethrone Bayern Munich and win the Bundesliga title, eventually also winning the Champions League of course. Not everyone is a fan of the MLS, but it's sure a fun league to try out in FIFA 23 Career Mode. My recommended team? LA Galaxy. With Barcelona youngster Ricky Puig in midfield and Chicharito and Douglas Costa up front, you already have a fun squad to start with. You can try to keep this career mode a bit more realistic by using the designated players rule and only have 3 players on a big wage in comparison to the rest of the team. Or you can just buy as many footballing legends as you want and let them play their last years of their career in Los Angeles. And not to forget, you also have LA Galaxy's real stadium and game too. After a few missed years, Palermo is finally back in FIFA, as they got promoted to the Serie B and the Italian second division being added back this year, we will finally see this legendary career mode team back in the game. Your job will be to take Palermo back to the Serie A and eventually winning the Scudetto as well. Be sure to also produce more exciting youngsters in your squad like they did previously with the likes of Paulo Dybala, Javier Pastore, Edinson Cavani, Salvatore Sirigu, Andrea Barzagli, Simon Kjær and Andrea Bellotti. Another small tip is to try and buy players who don't play in Europe and search for more hidden gems. This makes a career mode a lot more fun. A historic German football club is RB Essen, who are now in FIFA 23. This special football club won the very first edition of the DFB Pokal in 1953. They followed that up with a German title in 1955, which saw them qualify for the very first edition of the European Cup. And in this European Cup they were later knocked out by a Scottish side Hibernian. And a fun fact about RB Essen is that the legendary Pele became an honorary club member in 2005. Having spent 11 years in the Regionalliga West, RB Essen ended top of the league last season and they now play in the German Zweite Liga. Despite Napoli not having their real name, badge and kits in the game, they are still great to use in career mode. If you look at some of the talent they have in their squad with the likes of Victor Osimhen, Irving Lozano, Giacomo Raspadori, Kim Min-jae, Alex Meret and newly added Georgian star Kvaratskhelia, they already have a great base squad to easily finish in the top 4 spot with in the Serie A. A fun objective to use throughout this career mode is to find more hidden gems like Kvaratskhelia from non-top 5 leagues, as the Georgian winger is already doing great for Napoli in real life. FC Barcelona have been in a very difficult situation financially lately, but they somehow still managed to sign a few players in the summer. With the likes of Robert Lewandowski, Jules Koundé, Rafinha, Franck Cassier and Ferran Torres, they definitely improved their squad. Your job will be to make Barca La Liga and Champions League winners again. You can add a rule to help them get out of their financial situation by having at least 250 million euros of profit in each of the first 4 seasons. This means you can still sign players but also have to sell more players to still have 250 million euros worth of profit at the end of the season. You can already create the next legendary midfield with Pedri, Gavi and Nico Gonzalez, who is loaned out to Valencia in the first season. Another objective you can add is to try and bring back Lionel Messi, although this will be very difficult if you still want to keep 250 million euros worth of profit at the end of the season. But if this doesn't work, you can also try to find a new talented Argentinian right winger and make him the next Messi. Perhaps you can even try to make the next Amazon attacking trio, making them destroy teams in both Spain and Europe. Possibly the most interesting team to use in FIFA 23 Career Mode is Gimcheon Sangmu, who I did a video on previously, where I explained the entire club history and what makes them so unique. I would highly recommend you to check out this video and to learn more about this South Korean team, and if you feel like doing a different yet fun sort of career mode save. Who will you use in career mode this year? Let me know in the comments below. And if you found this video helpful, be sure to give it a like and subscribe to my channel to help me get to 20,000 subscribers, and I will see you at the next video.